Welcome to part 9 of ASVAB Mentor. You've made it through 160 science questions already. That's incredible progress. And guess what? We're just getting started. Today's lesson covers electricity, magnetism, and heat energy topics that are common on the ASV and super important in real life too. As always, each question is explained in clear and friendly language. So whether you read a science lover or just getting back into it, you'll learn fast. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe to SVB Mentor to help this series grow and reach more learners. Let's charge into it. Electricity questions 1. What is the flow of electric charge called? Electric current. Explanation. Electric current moves through wires to power lights, appliances, and more. It's like water flowing through a hose. 2. What material allows electricity to pass through easily? A conductor. Explanation. Metals like copper and aluminum are great conductors. They let electricity flow freely with very little resistance. 3. What is a material that resists the flow of electricity called? An insulator. Explanation. Rubber, plastic, and glass don't let electricity pass through. That's why wires are covered with rubber for safety. 4. What unit is used to measure electrical current? Amps. Explanation. Amps tell us how much electric charge flows per second. Higher amps mean stronger current. 5. What unit is used to measure the pressure that pushes electric current? Volts. Explanation. Voltage is like water pressure in a pipe. The higher the volts, the stronger the push behind the current. 6. What is the unit of electrical resistance? Ohm. The higher the resistance, the less current passes through. Explanation. Resistance tells us how hard it is for electricity to flow. What is the source of energy in a simple circuit? 7. A battery. Explanation. A battery provides voltage to push the current through the circuit, making things like bulbs or buzzers work. Magnetism questions 8. What 2 poles does every magnet have? What happens when you cut a bar magnet in half? North and south. Explanation. Magnetic poles are the ends of a magnet where the magnetic force is strongest. Opposite poles attract. Like poles repel. 9. You get 2 smaller magnets, each with a north and south pole. Explanation. You can't isolate one magnetic pole. Every piece you break still has both poles. 10. What do we call the area around a magnet where its force can be felt? The magnetic field. It's used in tools, motors, and magnets. Explanation. This invisible field can move objects made of iron or steel, even from a distance. 11. What metal is commonly used to make magnets? Iron. Explanation. Iron is a magnetic material that reacts strongly to magnetic fields. What happens when an electric current flows through a wire? 12. What device uses magnetism to find direction? A compass. Explanation. A compass needle is a tiny magnet that lines up with Earth's magnetic field, pointing north. 13. It creates a magnetic field. Explanation. Electricity and magnetism are connected. When current flows, it produces a magnetic force around the wire. Heat energy questions 14. What is heat a form of? Energy. Explanation. Heat is energy that moves from something warm to something cooler. It makes molecules move faster. 15. What tool measures temperature? A thermometer. Explanation. Thermometers use mercury, alcohol, or sensors to measure how hot or cold something is. 16. What scale is most used in the United States to measure temperature? Fahrenheit. It's used in science labs in most countries worldwide. Explanation. In Fahrenheit, water freezes at 32 and boils at 212. Other countries often use Celsius instead. 17. What scale do scientists use to measure temperature in most of the world? Celsius. This happens in ovens, oceans, and the atmosphere. Explanation. In Celsius, water freezes at 0 and boils at 100. 18. What is the movement of heat through a solid object called? Conduction. Explanation. In conduction, heat travels through direct contact, like when a metal spoon heats up in hot soup. 19. What is the transfer of heat through liquids or gases by movement of particles? Convection. Keep going, you're closer to ASVAB success than you think. Explanation. Warm air or liquid rises while cooler air sinks, creating a cycle. 20. What is the transfer of heat through empty space? Radiation. Explanation. The sun's heat reaches Earth through radiation. No air or liquid is needed. It travels as invisible waves. Congratulations, you've completed part 9. That's 180 questions covered with confidence. And now you understand electricity, magnetism, and heat energy like a pro. You're building real science power one part at a time.